Good morning, children. Welcome to today's science class. In today's class, as a continuation of block 7, we are going to learn about the life cycle of a butterfly. Yes, already we learned about the life cycle of one such insect that is the ant. So by now you have some idea about how a life cycle of an insect will be. Today, so that next is after learning about the life cycle of a bird, then we learned about the life cycle of a frog, and also you were introduced to a new term that is called metamorphosis. In that process how the animal or an insect is undergoing physical features, changes in the physical features till it becomes an adult. Yes, so in today's class we learn about the butterfly. As usual, today's activity is in your rough book you will with a whenever using a simple words, just 5 sentences, you write as a story. You might have observed, no, butterflies are flying here and there. All of us like to watch the butterfly. Like a story of a butterfly. You write a story how the butterfly's life will start, from where it starts, what all changes it will undergo, and how the adult butterfly will be able to live. So this is your task given. You can pause and you can write on your own words. Just simple 5 sentences story in which you are going to write how the life for butterfly, what all stages will be. We don't want other all things. We want the different stages in the life cycle of a butterfly. Shall we start doing, children? So today we'll start. You all know that as butterfly is an insect, its life cycle, it also starts from the eggs. And the adult butterfly will lay the eggs. Where do they lay the eggs? They lay the eggs on the leaves. You know that butterflies are always seen near the plant. So they lay the eggs on the leaves. So after, they won't take care of the eggs like in the case of birds. They will not sit on it or give the warmness. So the eggs will hatch open. After some day, the eggs will hatch open, and you all know that worm-like thing. Yes, no, children, the worm-like thing, that is the larva, will be coming out. Yes, this larva stage, it is also called as caterpillar. Very good. It is also called as caterpillar. And this caterpillar is totally different from the adult butterfly. No, children, it is looking like a worm. So slowly the larva will eat. It will eat so much of leaves. Actively they will be eating the leaves. Yes, and they will grow bigger in size. And they will start building, they will start making a covering surrounding them. That is called the, very good. You remember, no? Already you have learned. That is the cocoon. So inside the cocoon, where the larva is there, that stage is called as the pupa stage. So pupa stage, where it is, the larva is inside a case. Inside a case means like a covering. Inside the covering, the pupa is present. Pupa. Then in this stage, the larva has made a covering surrounding it from the liquid secreted from its body, and that covering outside is called as the covering outside, what we can see is called as the cocoon, and this stage is the pupa stage. So what are the stages just now we have learned? First is the egg stage, then the larva stage, it is also called as caterpillar. Third stage is the pupa stage. Slowly inside the cocoon the larva starts growing and the butterfly comes out, children. So the adult butterfly will be seen after few days. Then this butterfly will, as usual, they will start laying the eggs, and this process continues. That's why it is called as it repeats like a cyclic way. Eggs, larva, then pupa, then the adult butterfly. The adult butterfly again it starts laying the egg. So this keeps on repeating. That's why we call it as the life cycle. As a cycle it will gets repeated. Yes, so in what are the different things here about when we compare the life cycle of the bird and later we learnt about the frog. Birds take a lot of care. They sit on the egg, they will give the warmness. But in the case of butterflies and the frogs, the eggs are laid and they will leave the eggs on the leaves. In the case of butterfly, and slowly the larva comes out. Larva will be able to find out their own food, but birds, see, the nestlings were unable to get their own food, but here the larva will be able to get there. They'll start eating the leaves, and also they will make a cocoon. So such type of thing is not there in the frog's life cycle also, in the bird's life cycle also. So they will make a cocoon and they will be growing. They will be that is very inactive stage. You cannot see. They will be like a sleeping stage only. They will be inside the cocoon, this pupa stage. And from the pupa, lot of physical changes has been developed inside the cocoon. With a beautiful butterfly comes out of the cocoon, and again the adult butterfly will start laying the eggs. That is how it gets repeated again and again. That's why we call it as the life cycle of a butterfly. So now this is because already you have learnt about the two different life cycles. Even in your S3 also clearly this has been explained. Just you can open the S3 and you can see pictures are given. Near to that they have given you the clear explanation about the each stage. Egg stage, then the larva, then the pupa, and then the butterfly. Now, but the questions are based on, here you see, tell me children, can we see any metamorphosis here? Even this is also called, even this changes also, this process also metamorphosis? Yes. Right children, as like how we saw in the life cycle of a frog, here also life cycle of a butterfly, we call these changes from the caterpillar to adult butterfly as metamorphosis, because here also we can see the physical features are getting changed in the life cycle of this particular insect. Yes, again I repeat, what is metamorphosis? It is a process in which the physical features of an animal or an insect will change during its life cycle. That was not seen in the bird, but we saw such type of changes in the life cycle of frog and also the life cycle of the butterfly. So after watching this, I hope you can compare how they are similar, how they are different, and you will be able to complete the S3. See the first question children. Take out your S3. When you take the S3, you can see they have given you a clear explanation about the life cycle of a butterfly, and they are asking you one question children. First question, do butterflies undergo metamorphosis during their life cycle? Yes, they are also undergoing metamorphosis. How they are getting, how it is happening? The larva is changing into butterfly. Larva looks like a worm, but the butterfly is totally different from the, but both are caterpillar also and insect only, but the physical appearance is different. That physical features only, when it is getting changed, we call that complete process as a metamorphosis. Hope you can answer. Next question, compare the life cycle of a butterfly and a frog, and what are the similarities and the differences they are asking. Similarities means children how they are same, and differences means how they are different. Similarities, differences. So with this you also can think on your own and you can give. Those who need some help, they can get an idea about what I am saying and you can do. See here, similarities between the life cycle of a butterfly and a frog. In both cases what happened children? They both have butterfly and the frog. How they are different? The first stage is, stage 1 is the eggs. No, stage 1, both cases, stage 1 is the eggs. Yes, it starts from the egg stage. Then what else is similar in both the cases? Life cycle of a frog and the butterfly. Yes, no, frog and the butterfly both undergoes metamorphosis. No, that is physical changes are there. Both undergoes metamorphosis. One more you only think can write. First stage, stage 1 is the eggs, and both undergoes, that is the frog and the butterfly undergoes metamorphosis. This is similar for both. One more you have to think and you will be able to write. I know that. Now differences children. This is about the similarity. This is about the difference. How are they different? Life cycle of a butterfly and a frog. How are they different? So now when you take the butterfly, lay eggs on leaves. Frog lay eggs in water. No children? And what else is the Tadpoles, how they look like? Tadpole looks like a fish. What about larva? Larvae look like worms, no? Like they look like worms. And one more differences you should think whether cocoon is there in the frog life cycle also, or what do the tadpoles eat, what do the uh, larvae eat. These all you can compare and you can complete this worksheet. Further, one more interesting thing we are going to learn today, that is about how these animals are taking care of their young ones. See, when we talk about just now you have learned about by now you all know the life cycle of an ant, life cycle of a frog, life cycle of a butterfly, and also life cycle of a bird. 4 life cycles in detail you all know. In this 4th class you are learned. So see, when you are comparing this, just now you compared, you are able to understand that some of the animals give lot of care to their young ones, like the bird. Yes, but some of them like frog and all, they don't give that much care. Is it why they do? It is not that they don't want to care or anything. It is because some of the young ones like the nestling, they will be unable to get their own food. So they need the parental care, and also they have to learn so many things from the parent to survive. They need to learn how to fly, how to flap, how to fly. So these all they have to learn, and then only they can live. But in case of a tadpole, in case of a larva, they are able to live their own, they are able to live on their own. So that's why much care is not given. Even in the bigger animals also, some gives lot of care. Like you might have seen, no, in when you have visited a village or nearby your home also, cows and buffaloes, how much care they give for their young ones. If you go near the young one, they will be coming to attack us. Why do they do this? Do that, children? Because they think that you are going to disturb or you are going to harm the young one. They want to protect, because the young one is a very soft and tender. It cannot be able to fight, and it cannot be able to protect itself. So the parent animal want to take care of it. Yes. So now we'll see how the animals care for their young ones. So here it is not that some of them young ones need lot of care. Like if you take an elephant or elephant's young one, or a cow's young one is a calf. So this calf, they cannot get their own food. They need to be the parent should take care of them. They have to give them the milk. They have to protect them from their enemies. They need, because they are not that strong enough to fight and able to live on their own. And if you take kangaroo, you might have seen the kangaroo's young one is called as, you have learned in the joint. Yes. So this kangaroo, you know that it will be having a pouch, and it will be carrying wherever it goes till the young one is becoming strong enough and it can be able to get its own food. It can fight with the enemies. So till then you might have seen that kangaroos are carrying the young ones wherever they go. But when you take in the case of the in the case of the butterfly or frog and all, they don't give much care, because the young ones are able to manage the situation what is in the surrounding, and they can get their own food. Yes, children, now take open your textbook. The small part is given. Just we will read that so that we can understand. It's a very simple part. You can understand and you can complete the S4 also then and there now. Textbook, you see, children. Now caring for the young one. Some animals like birds, just already we have learned, take care of their young ones, but some animals like frogs do not take care. But it is not in the case of elephants, the entire herd. Say elephant, if you see, it is called as calf. If the mother goes for grazing to eat also, the other elephants will take care. Now you see, they will take care of the complete herd. The group of elephants will take care of the young one, that is the calf. Even you can see the picture. This content you can read on your own, very simple way. You can see how an elephant herd picture, and also you can see how a kangaroo is carrying the young one on its paw. Why it is carrying? Because the young one is very weak, so that it cannot be able to get its own food, and it cannot be able to fight with the enemies. That's why the kangaroo takes a lot of care. This part is a very simple part, you can read on your own, and also you find out animals which will take care of their young ones, which will not take care of their animals. Finally, you come to the conclusion why they need that, why they give care. Because the young ones need more care. Some young ones need more care. It is some animals need more care when they are young. Like, you can write like calf, like a kangaroo's young one, and you can birds, a nestling. All these needs lot of care. That is why they will be giving so much. The parent animals will give them lot of care. But some animals does not need. But some animals are insects. Some animals do not need much care when they are young. So they will be able to manage the situations on their own. Like rabbits also does not need much care. Even the crocodiles also will take care of their young ones. They'll teach them how to attack, how to take care of themselves and all. But some of them, rabbits and all, they will be able to get their food. And now, just now we learnt about the tadpoles. No, they are able to find their own food. Even the larva stage, they are eating the leaf and they are growing and developing. Like that, some even you find out more animals on this category which will need more care, which does not need more care, and you complete the S4. So today's work is completing S3 and also S4, and the only one activity I am giving on the A4 sheet. You find out, stick 3 animals which will give more care to their young ones. That means what? The young ones need more care, and 3 animals which does not give much care to the young ones. That means what? The young ones does not need that, because they will be able to get their food and survive on the earth on their own. So this part you complete and be ready for the next class, children. Thank you, children.